Welcome to the online mathematics class. We have started with the practice set 2.3. Today we will see example number 4. Simplify the following surds. Some surds are given and we have to simplify them. That means we have to find out the simplest form of the given surds. Sub question first. Square root of 27. Solution. We have to simplify the square root of 27, or we have to find out the simplest form of square root of 27. So 27 can be written 9 multiplied by 3. 9 3s are 27. So in square root we are written 9 multiplied by 3. Now here we have written that square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 3, and we know that the square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 3 is as it is, then we having 3 multiplied by square root of 3. Therefore the square root of 27 is equal to 3 multiplied by square root of 3. It is the required simplest form of square root of 27. Sub question second. Square root of 50. Solution. Square root of 50. 50 can be written 50 is equal to 25 multiplied by 2. So into square root 25 multiplied by 2. Then we know that we can write square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 2, and square root of 25 is 5 and square root of 2 as it is. Then we having square root of 50 is equal to 5 square root of 2. Sub question third. Square root of 250. Solution. Square root of 250. So 250 can be written 25 multiplied by 10. 25 tens are 250. So into square root 25 multiplied by 10. Next we can write square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 10, and we know that the square root of 25 is 5. So we are having 5 multiplied by square root of 10. Therefore the square required simplification of square root of 250 is equal to 5 multiplied by square root of 10. Sub question 4. Square root of 112. Solution. Square root of 112. Here 112 can be written 16 multiplied by 7. 16 sevens are 112. So in square root 16 multiplied by 7. Next square root of 16 multiplied by square root of 7, and we know that the square root of 16 is 4, then and square root of 7 as it is, then we having under root of 112 is equal to 4 multiplied by square root of 7. Sub question 5. Square root of 168. Here we can write the square root of 168 is equal to 4 multiplied by 42. Therefore in square root 4 multiplied by 42. Next we know that square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 42, and the square root of 4 is 2 and square root of 42 as it is. Therefore say square root of 168 is equal to 2 multiplied by square root of 42. In such examples we have to find out two numbers. We have to find out two numbers whose multiplication is given number. We have to find out the two numbers whose product or multiplication is the given number, and from that two numbers one of will be the perfect square. Then we can simplify the surds. Example number 5. Compare the following pair of surds. Sub question first. 7 multiplied by square root of 2, 5 multiplied by square root of 3. Two surds are given. Here we have to compare the given two surds. Solution. Write down the given two surds. Now we know that 7 is the square root of 49 and 5 is the square root of 25. So square root of 49 multiplied by square root of 2, and on this side square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 3. Next we can write in square root 49 multiplied by 2, and on this side square root of 25 multiplied by 3. Then 49 to the 98 and 25 to the 75. Since 98 is greater than 75, we know that 98 is greater than 75. Therefore, square root of 98 is greater than square root of 75, and therefore the 7 square root of 2 is greater than 5 square root of 3. Therefore, 7 square root of 2 is greater than 5 square root of 3. Or you can compare the given two results by taking squares on both sides. See, 7 square root of 2 and 5 square root of 3. Now taking square on both sides, then we are having 7 square root of 2 and its square, and 5 square root of 3 and its square. Now 7 square is 49 and square root of 2 is 2, and 5 square is 25 and square root of 3 and its square is 3. We know that square root of 2 and its square is equal to 2, and square root of 3 and its square is 3. Therefore, we are having 49 multiplied by 2 and 25 multiplied by 3. 29 to the 98 and 25 3 is a 75. 98 is greater than 75. Therefore, 7 square root of 2 is greater than 5 square root of 3. You can use any one method to compare the given results. Sub-question second. Square root of 247 and the square root of 274 is given, and we have to compare the both of them. In solution, square root of 247 and square root of 274. Here 247 is greater than 274. 247 is less than 274. Here 247 is less than 274. Then therefore square root of 247 is less than square root of 274, because simple 247 is less than 274. Therefore we can write square root of 247 less than square root of 274. Sub-question third. 2 multiplied by square root of 7 and square root of 28. Then solution, we have to compare the given results. 2 square root of 7 and square root of 28. We know that the 2 is the square root of 4, then square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 7 and under root of 28 as it is. Then we can write this in square root 4 multiplied by 7, and on this side square root of 28 as it is, and 4 7s are 28. Therefore we are having square root of 28 and square root of 28. So 28 is equal to 28, both are equal. Therefore the given results are also equal. Then 2 square root of 7 is equal to square root of 28. Or by taking square, we can compare the given results. See, 2 square root of 7 and square root of 28, taking square, then 2 square root of 7 and its square, and square root of 28 and its square. Then 2 square is 4 and square root of 7 and its square is 7, because square root of 7 and its square is 7, and here square root of 28 and its square is, that is 28. Therefore next we are having 4 multiplied by 7, and on this side 28. 4 7s are 28, and on this side we are having 28. 28 is equal to 28. Therefore 2 multiplied by square root of 7 is equal to square root of 28. Sub-question 4. 5 multiplied by square root of 5 and 7 multiplied by square root of 2. The given two results are 5 square root of 5 and 7 square root of 2, and we have to compare them. Solution, write down this given results. 5 square root of 5 and 7 square root of 2. We know that 5 is the square root of 25 and 7 is the square root of 49. Therefore square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 5, and on this side square root of 49 multiplied by square root of 2. Next we can write 25 multiplied by 5 into the square root, and on this side 49 multiplied by 2 in square root. 25 5s are 125 and 49 2s are 98. And we know that since 125 is greater than 98, therefore we can write square root of 125 is greater than square root of 98, and therefore 5 square root of 5 is greater than 7 square root of 2. Or by taking square, write down the surds. 5 square root of 5, 7 square root of 2, taking squares, then we are having 5 square root of 5 and its square, and 7 square root of 2 and its square. Then 5 square is 25 and square root of 5 and its square is 5. Square root of 5 and its square is 5. And here 7, its square is 49 multiplied by square root of 2. Square root of 2 and its square is 2. Then 49 multiplied by 2. For 25 5s are 125 and 49 2s are 98. And 125 is greater than 98. Therefore 5 square root of 5 is greater than 7 square root of 2. Example number 6. Simplify. So question first. 5 square root of 3 plus 8 square root of 3. Here we have to simplify them. Here we have to add two surds. 5 square root of 3 plus 8 square root of 3. Solution. 5 square root of 3 plus 8 square root of 3. Then here square root of 3 is common. So I am taking common out. Then into bracket 5 plus 8 bracket complete square root of 3, because square root of 3 is common in the both terms. Therefore I am taking common as out. Then we are having 5 plus 8 into bracket complete, then multiply by square root of 3. 5 plus 8 is 13 and square root of 3 as it is 13 multiplied by square root of 3. Therefore we are having 5 square root of 3 plus 8 square root of 3 is equal to 13 multiplied by square root of 3. Sub question second. 9 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 plus square root of 125. Solution. Write down the given example. Then here in first term 9 square root of 5 is given, second term 4 square root of 5, and in third term square root of 125 is given. So first we will write the simplest form of square root of 125. Then 9 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 plus simplest. To find the simplest form of square root of 125, we know that the 125 is equal to, we can write 25 multiplied by 5. 25 5s are 125. Therefore we written here 25 multiplied by 5 in square root. Next step, 9 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 plus square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 5. And we know that the square root of 25 is 5. In next step 9 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 plus 5 square root of 5. Now here square root of 5, square root of 5 and square root of 5. See, in all three terms square root of 5 is common. So take common out. Then we are having into bracket 9 minus 4 plus 5 bracket complete and multiply by square root of 5, because square root of 5 is common. So 9 minus 4 5 and 5 plus 5 10. Then we are having 10 multiplied by square root of 5. Therefore 9 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 plus square root of 125 is equal to 10 multiplied by square root of 5. It is the required answer. Sub question third. 7 square root of 48 minus square root of 27 minus square root of 3. Solution. Write down the given example. 7 square root of 48 minus square root of 27 minus square root of 3. Here all three terms having no common So first of all, find out the simplest form of given source. So here 7 multiplied by square root of 48 is given. So here 48 can be written 16 multiplied by 3. So 7 multiplied by square root of, instead of 48 I am writing 16 multiplied by 3. 16 3s are 48. So 7 multiplied by square root of 16 multiplied by 3. Here square root of 27 is there, and 27 can be written 9 multiplied by 3. 9 3s are 27. Therefore in square root 9 multiplied by 3, and square root of 3 keep as it is. Then next 7 multiplied by square root of 16 multiplied by square root of 3 minus square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 3 minus square root of 3. We know that the square root of 16 is 4 and the square root of 9 is 3. Therefore 7 multiplied by 4 multiplied by square root of 3 minus 3 multiplied by square root of 3 minus square root of 3. Now 7 4s are 28. Then we having 28 multiplied by square root of 3 minus 3 multiplied by square root of 3 and minus square root of 3. Now here square root of 3, square root of 3, square root of 3. Square root of 3 is common. Therefore we can write into bracket 28 minus 3 minus 1, because under root 3, square root of 3 is common. Then into bracket we can write 28 minus 3 minus 1. When we take square root 3 as common from all these three terms, then here 28 is remaining, minus 3 is remaining, and here nothing is there. That means 1 is there. Therefore 28 minus 3 minus 1 multiplied by square root of 3. 28 minus 3 25, 25 minus 1 24. Therefore we are having 24 square root of 3. This is the required answer. Sub question 4, square root of 7 minus 3 upon 5 multiplied by square root of 7 plus 2 multiplied by square root of 7. Solution: write down the given example. Square root of 7 minus 3 upon 5 multiplied by square root of 7 plus 2 multiplied by square root of 7. Here square root of 7, square root of 7 and square root of 7 is common in all these three terms. Square root of 7 is common in these given three terms. So we can write 1 minus 3 upon 5 plus 2 multiplied by square root of 7. We are taking common out square root of 7. Then we have 1 minus 3 upon 5 plus 2 multiplied by square root of 7. Then by cross multiplication, 5 1s are 5 and 5 2s are 10. Then we having 5 minus 3 plus 10 upon 5. Now we are having the common denominator. So 5 minus 3 plus 10 upon 5. By cross multiplication, we are having 5 minus 3 plus 10 upon 5. 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, and having common denominator. Then minus 5 minus 3 plus 10 upon 5 multiply by square root of 7. 5 minus 3 2, 2 plus 10, that is 12. Then we having 12 upon 5 multiply by square root of 7. Therefore 12 upon 5 multiply by square root of 7. The required answer is 12 upon 5 multiply by square root of 7.